This podcast is part of the Shareable Podcast Network. Learn more at shareable.fm. This is a Shareable mini episode where I ask the guest 10 important, big questions, and they have to answer them as fast as they possibly can. I call it Think Fast. Today on Think Fast, Kate Hore-Lacy is back, and we are going to be doing 10 rapid-fire questions. I'm going to ask them. She's going to think as fast as she can and start answering before she even has a fully formed thought. Let's get to it. You ready, Kate?
Yeah, I am ready. Let's do it.
Okay, what book should everyone listening to this episode right now, what should they read next?
I like the Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. I just think that was a brilliant book, and I think that getting present in your own life is an incredibly powerful thing.
Great. You can't say shareable, but what's your favorite podcast?
I've got to always say Tim Ferriss' podcast. I've been listening for years. It is pretty brilliant. I do love a lot of the people he's got on there. I also love Tara Brach. If you're into mindfulness, and she gives these really funny, great talks, that's also a brilliant podcast.
Cool. What negative experience in your life are you most happy happened to you?
Probably breaking up with the last guy that I was with before I met my husband. I think when you get a really negative experience in your life, if you can stay really present with the pain. I had this amazing, almost spiritual experience where I was just like, really, just super present and just really breathed into that pain. It was kind of like, I remember having a car accident a long time ago and kind of going, okay, look, it looks like I'm going to die here, but at least let me have my eyes open so I can see what's going to happen, and that's kind of a bit like what it was like. It was like, I'm going through this right now. I'm not a victim. I'm here to experience life. Let me just breathe into it, feel into it. And it was this beautiful experience. And I just felt so kind of supported by life. And it was as beautiful an experience as the most joyful experience. So that's what I tend to do when things are hard now. It's like, let me just like feel into that, allow it to be, not be a victim in it, not dwell in it, not kind of get murky in it, but allow myself time to really feel this, really experience this, because I think that's what we're here to do, to experience life, all its color. And then it enables you to kind of get back and especially if you can trust that a better thing is coming for you. And that's exactly what happened with my husband. Thank God I didn't end up with the other guy, and I have everything I've ever wanted in him.
What is the lesson that you wish that you had learned earlier in life?
Great question. I have always been a seeker, trying to find truth, trying to know myself more ever since I was a kid. I guess I would say, you've got time, babe. You've got time. I was always, just feeling like, oh, I'm running out of time. I've got to get this done. I've got to do that. And, I would say just take it easy. Just get present, do what's in front of you, set your goals, but just chill out a bit. You've got time. It's not necessarily about what you accomplish. It's about who you're becoming in the process.
I love it. You've got time, babe. What's the most important skill of the future?
Communication and humanism, like really understanding people, understanding yourself, being there for people. Love is a big one for the future. I know that we're becoming more technological, but love and really caring about people is going to be currency, because people can feel when you care about them, and they're the people that are going to want to work with you and give you money and be with you forever, the customers that last forever. And I think that the less of that is going around, the more that if you can really communicate really well, it starts with self-love, because you can't really love other people until you love yourself. So going on that journey about how can you really love and appreciate yourself, that means you're going to love and appreciate others more. And I think that's hopefully is where the world is going.
What industry or career path has the most promising future or potential?
Wow. Industry or career path. I think coaching is a massive one, because people are all on about self-development, and you can do coaching in so many different ways. And the way that you teach and train people is going to be so different to the way someone else would teach and train people. And there's room for everybody in those industries. I think creativity is always going to have a place because people love beautiful things. I think we all need to be more creative and bring more amazing works of art to the world, be it songs, music, books. What is trying to come through you and how can you bring that into the world? How can we make it a little bit less about the money, more about like bringing something that's really important and valuable to the world that the world is going to love and cherish? I think that is highly exciting. But wow, the world is changing at a very quick pace. So it's anyone's game. And if you can dream it, you can probably bring it into an existence. And who knows what technology we're going to have, what's going to happen. It is a brave new world. But the more you can come back to yourself, work out what your part is to play in it, the more you can play your part so that the whole orchestra is going to play better.
What's one thing everybody listening to this episode should go and do today?
Go for a walk. Go for a walk. Just go for a walk. I love getting outdoors in nature. It just helps you reconnect with yourself. I think you get a lot of your best ideas when you go for a walk. Get off the treadmill, get out of the gym, go and get in nature.
Love it. If you could have any one superpower, what would it be?
Fly. I'd like to fly. I'm actually afraid of flying, actually, a little bit. I'm kind of afraid of heights. But if I could fly, which I can in my dreams sometimes, that would be super cool, because then I could just go. Actually, you know what? I'd probably even teleport, because that wouldn't be as much fun, but I could get to places super quickly, and I could coach my people all over the world and actually sit in front of them. I could go and, go to the most beautiful places in the world super fast. If I had to fly myself, I guess it'd still take me a long time to get there. So probably teleport.
Cold up there. Yeah, teleportation seems more convenient. If there was a drug that you could take or a vaccine that could give you an 80% chance of developing a superpower, but a 20% chance of developing an incurable terminal disease, would you take it?
No, I like who I am. I don't mind that I've got to get on a plane. I don't have to teleport right now. I'll wait till they come up with a safer option. So no. I appreciate my life way too much to kind of gamble 20%. I'm just not that much of a gambler.
Okay, here's the big question. Have you seen Avengers Endgame, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the snap, Thanos, the glove, the whole thing. So
yeah.
I give you the Infinity Gauntlet. It's got all 6 stones. You could snap your fingers. Anything could happen, but it's going to cost you your life. Do you snap? And if you do, what happens after you snap?
Yes, I do. So I do snap. As much as I love life, one of my things I've done ever since I was a kid is I come up with like 7 or 8 wishes. I snap. The whole world is clean and clear. It has no rubbish anywhere, and we have systems in place to recycle. But all of the animal life and the fish life, everything is restored. We have clean energy. Everyone loves 2,000% more. That means themselves and everybody else. Everybody has a safe place to live. They've got enough food and they live in a beautiful place. 50% of the deserts are now covered with trees. The water is clean. The air is clean. And the world is a better place. And yes, that is worth giving my life for. I snap 100%. And then I go on to the next adventure, because I do believe in life after death. Because as Einstein said, once energy is around, it cannot be destroyed.
Love it. It's the most comprehensive answer I think I've ever gotten to that question. Well, thank you for coming on to Think Fast. This episode's been awesome. You got a lot of good stuff in here. I guess that makes it shareable. Wait, don't leave. If you've never listened to my fancy outro, do it just once for me, please. Okay, if you enjoy Shareable and you find it valuable, there's a few ways that you can support the show. 1, you can share it on social media, which I strongly encourage. I mean, it's literally the name of the show, Shareable. 2, you can review it on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're an Overcast user, as many of my listeners are, make sure to click that star button on the episodes that you like. The third way that you could support the show is by blogging about it or discussing it on your own podcast, or even by making a YouTube video where you talk about one of the episodes. And then the final way that you can support the show is by supporting it directly on Patreon. You can find the link in the show notes. Now, before I let you go, I want to tell you about one other thing. You see, Shareable is just one of many projects that I'm working on at any given time. I've got another podcast called Rogue. I do a live streaming show every week called The Heroic Council. I've got a blog where I release a blog post twice a week. And if you're looking to keep up with all sorts of different content that can help you grow and become a superhero in life, I want you to check out jeffgibbard.me. That's where I list all of my current projects and projects that are coming up in the future, including my forthcoming book, The Lovable Leader. It would mean a lot to me if you could go and check out some of the other things I've worked on, because I put just as much of my heart into those projects as I do into Shareable. Thank you so much for being a listener. Thank you for being a supporter, and I hope to see you here on the next episode of Shareable.